What up and welcome. I'm Matthew Msangati, the designer and developer. This is my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. This is a series called 5-Minute PHP, where I explain a PHP concept in only 5 minutes. In the last video, we talked about data types, and also we talk about only a string data type. What if we are assigning a number to this variable? What data type a number is? Okay, so in programming language we've got different number data types, if that's the right word, meaning that numbers are categorized in different categories, or in different types of data type. What do I mean by that? A number like this one is categorized as an integer. What is an integer data type? It's a number doesn't have the decimal point, it doesn't have the point 00 what. Why? How can, or where are we going to use this number, let's say in our application or whatever? If you are interested in just counting, then again, sorry for the noise. I hope it doesn't sound that much bad in your ears, but these are the things that I can't control. Maybe the neighbor is drilling or doing some work in his house. Okay, let's continue. So if in your application you are interested in counting people, or counting whatever that you want to count, 1 plus 2 plus 3, obviously when you are counting people, no matter how short the person is, you cannot have 1.5 person. That's kind of impossible. So if you're interested in counting, then you use an integer. However, if we talk about money, then you will find out that we can have 5 rand 60 cents. So as you can see, I just have to check, but in programming language in general, for instance in Visual Basic, I would like to assume a number with a point something. It's called a decimal. Also, the other name for it might be, I think, also even a float. Also, it's one of the data types, a number with a decimal point on it. So this is a decimal, and also it's a decimal. Also, it's called a float. Sometimes it's called a double. That means it has got a point something. However, let me just quickly double check, or to be sure, because in maybe some languages they've got their specific name to which they refer to a number with a decimal point. So okay, let's just say, okay, data type in PHP, let's just say PHP float. A float, or a floating point number, is a number with a decimal point, or a number in it. Okay, as you have seen that PHP recognizes it as a float, but some other programming languages, they use a double, and also they use like different names for it. So let's continue. We're going to do one last data type, and that will be it. Let me just say question. Let me just say a variable question. What if maybe in our code, I forgot to put, what if maybe in our code we want to know if something is true or false? What do? That means we are introducing a data type called a Boolean. So a true or a false data type, it's called a Boolean, because a Boolean tells you if something is true or false. Where is this originating from? Obviously, when you are dealing with the language that is known by a computer, the computer knows binaries. So meaning that a binary is it consists of zeros and ones. There are no names, there are no words, there are no characters. So if something is zero, that means it's off. If it's one, that means it's on. So I think the idea of true or false comes from there. Hence this data type is called a Boolean. So it I will show you when we are doing if else statements, when we are doing the conditional, and see how this is going to help us. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Msengati, I hope you are learning something in this 5-minute PHP video series. See you on the next one.